Get out of here.
Charlie's out just sniffing the door crack.
I found you.
I know you guys are in there.
Having fun eating stuff without me.
Eating stuff without me.
This is where we go now. He thinks we go here just like to eat our food, to hide from him. So he's like, haha.
That makes... I've always wondered like what they think we're doing when we leave for work or something.
Yeah.
Like he must think we're just going to like a park to eat just endless hot dogs. Because something... I don't know. It would be interesting.
Is that why he's so frantic when we come home? I know you've been eating hot dogs without me.
And playing around and having fun.
Chasing frisbees and balls and not taking me. Yeah.
You're a sicko. It would be fun. It would be fun to get inside the brain of a dog.
Would it?
Yeah, it would. I mean, at least just for a glimpse, not to live there. I wouldn't want to be trapped in the brain of a dog.
You might like it. You might want to stay.
Why would you say that? Because it's more simple?
Because it's simple? Yeah. Probably. I mean...
No taxes.
Yeah.
No insurance.
that by itself...
No job.
...is enough. My God, let's do this. Let's make this happen.
Let's start funding this. You're funny. Let's do this. Oh, my stomach.
I know.
Not my butt.
Thank you. Thank God.
We are trapped in a small room.
Yeah. Oh, I would immediately throw that door open and be out of there. Out of here like a shot. Yeah. Out of there, out of here.
It would be torture.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Some form of torture.
Yeah. So it's Guerneville Safeway, which is like the bottom of the barrel of the Safeways. Well, there's rarely enough staff.
Sorry to interrupt.
It's fine. Ahead. It's fine. I do it all the time.
No, go ahead.
You've got some in the bank that you can use. You've got some interrupting credits. So Guerneville Safeway, like I don't know if they've just made this conscious, well, I mean, it must be conscious decision to completely understaff the place. I just know that it breeds anger and hostility that, maybe it's like was built on like an Indian burial ground or something, but I just feel like it is a place of anger.
I think I would hit that point when I was kidnapping, when I started kidnapping people's pets and sneaking into people's vehicles to stay the night and then forgetting all my shit and the pet that I kidnapped.
That's weird. Well, maybe they realized like in a more sober moment, because if maybe they were on drugs or just like, I think people with mental illness, they do have like ups and downs or like periods of quasi lucidity.
Especially
and
if
they
they're
might be
using
like,
drugs.
oh, this is not going to be good if I get caught with this cat or whatever. So I'm going to go dump it on someone else's doorstep.
But also leave all my stuff.
That's weird.
I think they were trying to.
They
sleep
just thought
there
I found a place. I found a new place to stay. It looks occupied, but
Also, it's a vehicle.
I'll come back for my stuff later. Hey, where'd you go?
And then the owner of the vehicle's like, what?
Who's been living in my car?
Whose cat is this? Whose stuff is this? What is happening? So you should talk about your experience with the dealership you went to, and I will talk about my dealership experience.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't think it's really that interesting. It's just I feel like I got gouged. It's just, I mean, you just like cattle going through there, and then they just, take your wallet, take everything out of it, hand it back to you. And you're like, did they actually fix that thing?
My only dealership was the Suzuki dealership, dealing with the motorbike. I needed to replace some nuts on the rear wheel. And I went in, I was like, I need some rear wheel nuts. And the lady gives me a bag, and she tells me this insane price for this bag of nuts. They were like $9 a piece or something. Some crazy amount. And I just laughed and was like, no. What?
No.
Like, what do you... Really?
Have you been outside?
You're going to sell... Yeah.
How many nuts were in that bag?
Oh, it was probably like 8 or something.
So 9 times 8 is $72.
It was an insane price for a tiny little bag of nuts.
I feel like I just would have shrugged it off and been like, well, that kind of sucks, but I'm sure that...
No, I just looked at them and was like, these nuts are basically like normal.
These are common nuts.
This is your run-of-the-mill nut.
Oh. Yeah.
That's why I was like, that's why I laughed.
In her face.
Yeah, I laughed in her face. And she was, not to call anybody out, but she was very rude. Like every time I went in there.
Oh, okay. So she deserved to have you laugh.
A little bit, yeah.
Puff in her face. How dare you? I shall not, madam. Good day to you.
Like oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah. Bitch. There's just no need.
To be rude?
For the rudeness, yeah.
That's true. Especially if you're ripping people off. That's rude enough.
Especially. If you're going to rip people off, do it with a smile.
Yeah, be polite.
I mean, seriously, it's like Starbucks. I mean, that's kind of what the experience is. I don't like to go to other coffee shops sometimes that will remain unnamed here because they're rude. Rude. And then I, showed up one time and this guy who I think just had kind of a bad attitude anyway, like maybe he was just not properly motivated or just should not have been working at Starbucks, was like complaining because there were all these drinks on the counter that people hadn't picked up. And he was audibly complaining to another customer who I think he was friends with about like, look, people haven't even picked up. And I was just like, are you fucking kidding me? He was kind of slovenly looking. And so I made some judgments about him, just like his general attitude and life. And
what are you complaining about, you fat pig?
Okay, I wasn't going to go there. I wasn't going to say the F word.
The F word. I like that.
But yeah, it was just his whole like demeanor and attitude. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like I give you more time.
And why
because
are you
guys
grumpy?
Are fucking slow.
Why are you so grumpy? You're well fed.
Right. Okay. I really want to get away from the fat shaming. This is mobile order. So you pay immediately.
Oh,
you pay
okay.
on your phone.
Then what's he complaining about?
Exactly. But so it was crowding his workspace, I guess. Which really it's not. He just was like annoyed. Like, we have all these orders. Well, that's what Starbucks wants to make money. And people aren't picking them up. Well, probably because your window of time says your drink will be ready in 3 to 7 minutes or 3 to 8 minutes. But I oftentimes would be waiting 12, 15 minutes. So I would, I had this like thing where I would make my order at work, go to the bathroom, and then walk out and walk to the mall because I knew that it was going to take them, especially if it was crowded, it was going to take them that long. And I'd often still be waiting. But I was like, whatever. So I would just sit patiently and wait. But when he got pissy, that was like it for me. And I was like, you fucking... Yeah, I didn't want to say that.
You fucking what? You friggin' sow-bellied...
Whoa.
Sorry. I'm just kidding. I don't have any problem with fat people.
Right.
As long as you're not a jerk. Or as long as you aren't like falling on me or something. I'm not trying to attack you. I'm just saying.
Well, that's fine. You go ahead and see what happens. I just blew a bubble. I'm just kidding. You can attack me, but I will chop you.
I just said I'm not attacking you.
Just because you say you're not attacking doesn't mean you're not attacking. No offense, but I'm not attacking you, but you're a bit difficult. But that's why I feel for managers and owners of small businesses because your
dinguses
business
working
is at the mercy of
boneheads.
Yeah.
Sorry. What word were you going to say?
I don't know. I was going to say pinglings, but that's a different
Pinglings
thing.
work.
Yeah. Pingling heads.
Bunch of pingling heads.
Pingling a ding-dongs. But it's just that mentality of like, fucking, oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And that's like a level of poisoning.
Yeah.
You're...
Right. I mean, I've definitely been given
that's like,
before.
What, you can't eat peanuts?
Let's see.
You want a peanutless peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
Mm-hmm.
I'll show them. I'll put peanut butter in it.
Mm-hmm.
And then they die.
Right.
The customer bloats up and dies.
Mm-hmm.
Good job.
I'm not laughing at that.
Good job,
but...
you pingling head.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, the humongous spider.
The humongous.
There was a humongous spider out in the yard.
Spider is humongous.
We were clearing some brush because Charlie gets ticks. And he loves when he pees on a bush, he likes to really get in there. So he'll climb all the way up into a bush.
First he noses up into it, and then gets his whole body in there.
He's a tick magnet. He is. Basically all of the, not to complain about him again.
Did you hear that?
I didn't. Oh my gosh.
That's funny.
That's good.
I almost missed it too, and I was like, why does that sound familiar?
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 Familiar.
You
Do I keep mispronouncing that word?
Familiar.
God damn it.
I used to say a word binoculars.
Mm-hmm.
BERNOC Eulers. And
I like how you have to spell it for them, even though it's not a word. It's just a funny idea of like, here's how it's spelled properly. This word that isn't.
Hold on. I was explaining. I was spelling it because I didn't know if people could hear the word. So not binoculars, binoculars. Just to make it clear.
I wasn't criticizing. It's just a funny concept when you think about spelling a word for someone that doesn't exist.
I was spelling it so they could.
Why are you getting so angry? It was a funny thing.
It was. Shh.
God. Binoculars. It's good. It's
Anyway, I would say binoculars, and I think I would say it fast enough in the beginning to where you didn't really notice. And then one day you were like, "Did you just say binoculars? Are you saying binoculars?" And you corrected me, and I was like, "How did I not know that it was binoculars?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's two. Bye.
It's two.
You got two noculars on you."
Mm-hmm. It was fun finding out that you weren't just pronouncing it because like you mumble or you know the way sometimes you say Brendan but your name's Brandon.
Yeah.
It wasn't like that. It was like,
you're actually saying it that way.
Yeah. But no, I like it. I think it's cute. You know, I think it's like, again, you are an intelligent man. We all have these little gaps in our knowledge.
Pockets. We have pockets of knowledge.
We have head pockets.
And in between pockets, sometimes there are very large gaps.
Anyway.
So we were talking about the spider.
What were we talking about? How did we get on binoculars? Yeah.
Because I mispronounced. One of us mispronounced spider. Said like spurter.
Yeah, he was. Oh, Charlie and ticks. Tick magnet. Chick. Man, was so Charlie had a tick on his.
We were talking about the spider.
I know, but we were clearing the brush.
Yeah, duh.
Fucking seriously. Charlie had a tick in the middle of his nose.
They can't see you. You don't have to mime it.
I'm miming it to help me bring forth the words. Practice silence for a few moments.
And it looked like a potato bug.
It was like
had a baby with a spider.
Yeah, but it was like the size of a potato.
And it had the same kind of look. Like, it was a trapdoor spider, we think.
Yeah.
Because
it's got like a weird plate on the front. I think of it as a plate.
Well, they all kind of look like that, but
I'd rather it had hair because it was so shiny and like
potato
that's
buggy.
More disturbing than like a hairy spider. I'd rather have seen a tarantula because it just looks more like an alien if it's kind of shiny. And like the more I look at it, I try to like have like, you know, empathy and like, you're gross, but it's not your fault. It's evolution. And I left her or him alone. But damn, it was big. If I found that in the house, I think I'd have to go live somewhere else for a while.
It was a newt.
That was cool.
Outside.
I've never seen that before.
One of those bright orange belly California newts that are apparently like one of the most poisonous creatures in America.
Supposedly if you eat them, right? Not if you touch them.
Yeah, if you eat them.
I just want to be clear.
Yeah, little orange-bellied newt. I've only ever seen them in water. And he was just hanging out on the porch.
Yeah.
First, I thought he was just a toasted salamander because, you know.
Toasted?
Yeah, well, they're black and bumpy. So I thought he just got like baked by the sun.
Why are you laughing about that?
I don't know.
It was funny.
Because he wasn't.
Yeah.
I think that's why.
Oh, okay. The relief. Yeah. I'm sad I missed that.
Super cute, though. Oh my
he was very
gosh,
cute.
So cute. Their little hands. They're so cute.
Do they have like fingers? Like 4?
Yeah, they do.
Do they have 4 or 5?
They got little fingers.
No, it's like a zoological, biological ecosystem. What is it? Varied. What is it? Vibrant. Haha. Vibrant ecosystem.
That's the word. wolf spiders, I think, are hairy, and they look kind of like just a
They look
normal
like a
house
small
spider.
tarantula.
But, but they look like a house spider on steroids, whereas that freaking thing looked like a tarantula. It was meaty. It was thick with two C's.
I don't like that word meaty.
Meaty.
In describing a spider, it should not.
You got a lot of meat on your exoskeleton. Could you imagine if our bones were on the outside? Imagine it.
I'm trying. It's horrifying. I don't want to. Let's go back. Let's go back to where it's safe. Where they're on the inside.
Where it's safe.
I think Mom had a tarantula. We thought it was a tarantula in her old house, but it was pretty small, but it was very hairy and black or very dark brown. And she thought, oh, maybe it was a wolf spider afterwards. But I think the way you're describing it, they're not that big. So it might have been a little tarantula. And then she was kind of just like not poking it, not, like torturing it.
They'll rear up.
They did. It did. And it was like, I think that was one of the first moments where I was not completely.
Why do they call it rear up? Because it's
repulsed.
actually your front that's going up, not your rear.
You always gotta be difficult.
Sorry.
No, that's a good point though.
Because you're not putting your rear up, you're putting your front up.
Yeah. Because it doesn't sound as cool. He totally fronted up.
That's why. That's what's in like dictionaries.
Someone played around with it and was like, I don't like the way that sounds.
Like the Latin bass. Because it didn't sound as cool.
Yeah. Anyway, this spider reared up because we were like just gently poking it with like a stick. And it was like,
They can't see you, remember? It was like, with her
legs up.
With her arms up
Arms
on either
akimbo.
side.
8 arms akimbo. What does akimbo mean again?
I think stretched out.
Yeah, well, it was that.
Legs akimbo.
It was that. I don't know. They can see. They can picture it.
Spiders?
No, the people.
Oh.
The people out there.
Oh. They can't see. I mean, they
Spiders?
can see, but they can't
Or
see
people?
us. Remember?
Anyway, so the thing reared up and did like a spidery, like legs out, like, like that.
Like,
Mm-hmm. No, not.
Sorry, is my breath bad? Like, oh.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Anyway, so it looked like a tarantula. But it was the first time that I wasn't completely repulsed. Like I was, because I do have arachnophobia, but it was like, oh, actually that thing, that's kind of interesting. And maybe somehow the hairiness made it less disgusting. Because, yeah, there is something about slimy, shiny.
The hairiness made it less disgusting.
Yeah. I don't know why.
Not something
maybe
you would think normally.
Maybe then you sort of think of it as like a little animal instead of... Oh.
My ring.
Oh. What are you doing? Oh.
Go ahead.
Maybe you kind of think of it as like a little like furry animal, like a mouse or a duck, or instead of
a duck. You're basically a duck. I'm not afraid of you.
A furry little thing you could pet instead
Ducks aren't furry.
Yeah, they are. Babies are. Baby duck.
It's not fur, you freak. It's
fluffy.
Down.
Whatever. It's similar to fur. God damn it.
You make fun of me because I think it's binoculars, and you think ducks got fur.
It's basically fur, okay? It's soft, it's fluffy, it's a bunch of little strands of something. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, when people say binoculars fast, it sounds like binoculars. So,
but that isn't what you were
reasoning.
Saying. Were you saying it fast and that's why it sounded like binoculars, or were you actually saying binoculars?
I was actually saying binoculars.
Okay, then.
Which is kind of scary that I thought it was binoculars up until my like late 20s.
Mm-hmm. It's okay. What do I do that is like stupid like that?
Stupid?
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
What do you do that's stupid like that? There's a word that you always confuse.
Gesture?
Yeah, gesture.
I always want to say gesture because I thought gesture was a word. I don't know why. So every time I was like reading aloud one time.
Very stupid stuff. Very stupid.
And every time I'm like gesture, and I have to sound it out. It's obnoxious.
Just remember it's gesture.
Oh yeah, that helps. That little trick you just taught me.
Stop saying
really helps.
gesture when you say it, because I think that confuses your brain. Say it the correct way and only the correct way.
I don't know the correct way every time.
You know, when I was younger, first learning math, I used to confuse my 6s and my 9s.
Oh.
So I would get all these answers correct, except any one that had a 6 or a 9 in it.
Oh, wow.
And I was embarrassed.
Oh.
As you can imagine.
Yeah. And that would really take a grade down, because there's a lot of those numbers in numbers.
It's just funny, the things you look back on.
Interesting. I wonder if I had anything like that. That's a good memory, but because that must have plagued you for a while.
It did. Just without any hesitation.
That's funny. I'm trying to remember, like, if I had problems with... I don't think I had problems with left and right. But it's such
really?
What?
Really?
Do I?
When we play Halo, I'm like, it's on your left. Your other left.
That's different, because I think of that as like a circular thing, because you're kind of looking... That's different. That's
or north,
more like
south, east, west. You get those confused too, I think.
I do. But
I'm sorry to point out your...
When do we use it? I never understood. No, that is a thing, but I think that's a little more understandable, because we would like stand in the classroom, I feel like in 3rd grade or one of those young grades. Shh.
You get excited and you talk loud, and then when you're
and then
thinking,
I pull back. Oh, okay.
You got a bit mumbly.
I can amplify it. But the teacher would be like, "Okay, everyone, we're gonna do this exercise," and I'd be like, "Motherfucker, turn the direction that's north." How am I supposed to know that?
Wait, really?
Inside a building.
They would do that?
And like half the kids or more would face the right direction. And I'm like, how? Like, if you have a compass in the classroom, I could...
How old were you?
Young enough.
How would you know that?
Of course, it was like, actually, there was probably just a few of these brainy boys who knew. But I'm like, how do you... First of all, I'm inside, so I can't look at the sun. And I don't...
And you aren't driving.
I don't understand.
You don't drive.
I never
at
understood
that age.
why. Like, left and right is hard enough, but like, it doesn't change for you. You know, so if you just stand here and remember this is left, this is right. But even that seemed kind of like arbitrary or confusable as a kid. But the directions was like...
Maybe those
I don't
kids,
understand.
Maybe those kids were part dung beetle.
Oh.
Because you know how they can navigate which way is north, south, east, west by the sky, by the stars or something. Yeah. They get up on top of their poo ball, and then they rotate themselves the correct direction using the sky, and then they roll their poo ball to their house.
Oh, to be a dung beetle. All of my third grade problems would have been not.
Yeah, you would know.
I would know some stuff.
You would know the direction to face.
When I'm rolling my dung ball, dung heap back home. Yeah. I don't know. There was a lot of stuff like that. Geography. That just didn't make sense to me. Like, how do you just pick a place out on a map?
It's labeled.
But there's a lot on there. There's a lot of places on there.
Oh,
and I've never been there, and I don't live there, and I don't care. I mean, I do, but...
I don't care.
But why do I have to find it on this 2-dimensional map? Stupid. I did make it to the spelling bee in 5th grade or 6th grade. I forget. And I spelled...
Humble brag.
Look,
Hashtag humble brag.
I didn't achieve a lot when I was younger.
I know.
And I've always been a good speller.
I mean, I didn't mean I'd know. I mean...
Yeah.
I mean, I was just giving you shit.
Ouch.
I didn't mean that. That was just a natural...
If you hadn't said anything, I would have been completely over my head.
But, you know.
And now I shall have to punish you.
I was saying it without thinking.
So I was down to the last 2 people, and we got interrupt, which I had not practiced, and it's weird because it feels like it shouldn't have 2 R's, but it does. So I spelled it wrong. I probably spelled it with 1 R. And then amazingly, the other guy also spelled it wrong.
Ooh.
So I got a second chance, and then I spelled it right, and I won.
Nice.
I always kind of wondered if he did it on purpose, because that would have been really sweet, but I don't think so. But I kind of wondered. I kind of gave him that little bit of credit, because I think the way he spelled it was like, really? That was stupider than the way I spelled it. But Anyway.
You stupid idiot. Do you want to piddle? Do you want to go
Maybe.
go do it?
Maybe.
Go ahead.
Should I piddle with the door open?
Just leave the thing playing. Or you could pause it and then start it up again when you come back. Whoa, take it easy. Oh my gosh. You freak. Thank you all for watching.
They're not watching.
Thank you all for listening.